and just all Andrea Mowry patterns all the time. Cheers, friends. Happy New Year's. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to Librophiliac Knits 2023. I am trying to catch the very last bit of light before the day turns into pitch darkness, as it is wont to do here pretty early in the winter of Minnesota. So I just came to catch you, say hi, and talk a little bit about what I've been up to. I have been knitting so prolifically lately, and I'm pretty happy about it. But that wasn't the only thing that I've been up to, which is great. Look, I'm wearing real earrings today. So pretty. They were a gift, not this year, many years ago, but they're a little heavy, and so they're a little extra. So I don't wear them all the time, but they're a gift from my auntie for Christmas or my birthday years ago. Anyway, let's see, where did we leave off? I was gift knitting for my nieces and nephews, and I finished up that whole project and sent off the Christmas gifts, and it was a smash hit. At their house, lots of good, warm, fuzzy things were had. The shark hat, the red scarf, the mittens, and the baby penguin were all a big hit. So that was really great. Since then, I've been on a crazy mitten knitting kick, and I've given them all away or sold them. That's been really fun. I still need a pair for myself. The ones that I have, I found on the ground years ago, and they are crocheted and they are falling apart. So I have been thinking a lot about what I want for myself in terms of like fabric and what I want it to look like. And I did kind of actually give away the pair I liked the best for myself that I was planning to keep on a whim. But that was my choice. Let's see. Here's one of my finished objects. A hexapoof. This one has got some real 70s vibes. I'm enjoying. I was in the mood for something simple when I had just a tiny bit of spare time in the middle of the night at work the other day. More exciting would have to be the sweater I am wearing currently. It is, let's see, I might not be able to make this visible, but I'll sure try. This is my Douglas Cardi, and I went for all rainbows all the time. I'm standing on my chair, just go with it. And even rainbow buttons. This is all one big amazing cake of yarn. I think I talked about it last time. I finally got both my pockets going. Oh, this one might be from a secondary, but still, just the pocket. That was all that was extra. And then the neckband is black with rainbow speckles. Well, charcoal, I guess. And I made too many buttonholes. I got a little carried away. I was listening to an audiobook and not paying close attention, and I think I've got eight buttonholes in total, and I don't care. I put 5 buttons on. I only had 4 of the fun rainbows, so I found a 5th one that I found. It's just a boring black, but it works. And if I accidentally button it off, guess what? There's too many holes anyway, so it doesn't matter. And it is my cozy around the house sweat. Actually, I'm just wearing it like nonstop. It's acrylic, so it's already been through the wash and survived. Um, this yarn, it is pilling like crazy already, so that is a thing to know about those mandala cakes. It's a lovely soft acrylic yarn and it self stripes. Hooray! But it comes with the price of lots of pills. So maybe don't pick it for something you want to look fancy. the other cake of this stuff that I used for baby blankets, so that also would be, you know, not a sad day if it gets a little pilled. It's supposed to be kind of fun and soft. In other news, I'm so excited to say that I finally took my weekender sweater off timeout. And I am not participating in Andrea Mowry's Spin It to Knit It make along for this because I already had the whole body of the sweater knit in stuff that's not hand knit or hand spun. So I just don't care. I'm not doing it. Maybe if I decide that I'm completely in love with this sweater after I actually get to wear it around a little bit, I will reconsider because there's still plenty of time left. It's like a year-long thing. But I have been using Knitpicks worsted weight. I've already forgotten what it's called. So please see the description box below for the name of this yarn. And when I was running out for the sleeves, I decided that I would not hold it double, but kind of do my own. See, and now here's what's funny. This is all I have left, right, of this fun yarn from Knitpicks. And so I had a couple skeins of Fishman's wool from, you know, all the big box chain stores. And I have just been sort of doing my own weird striping. It's nothing that looks intentional, so that it almost kind of mimics the way that the marled yarn just makes weird random patterns. I wanted it to sort of look like that, but in larger format. But I have this hand spun that I finished, I think on the first day of this year, and it is absolutely in keeping with the theme here. So I think I'm gonna try and finish off the sleeves with some of this. And then technically I will have used some hand spun for this sweater, but I don't think that counts for the knit along, and I don't care. I don't win things in those, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, in other news, look at my new project bag. I sent a request to my sister that she make me a new larger project bag, and I also sent her some fabric that I had because I buy fabric and then don't sew anything, and I decided that I would just ask her to make me something. She's skilled, so here's some more hand spun. I thought I might incorporate a tiny pop of color, but I haven't decided yet. So that's just living in the bag too. But this super fun project bag made by my sister, who, you know, doesn't have a store or anything for that. She just is an accomplished sewist. And finally, I've put a pin on a project bag because it is a color wheel. I just, you know, I don't necessarily need this. I picked crazy random colors anyway. I love it. It's fun. It spins. Makes a good noise. And then look at the handles are leather, which my sister said was a gift from her sister-in-law. So it's like really a whole family project. It's a sturdy bag. I'm really pleased with it. So that was wonderful, and I am so thankful. What a lovely Christmas gift. And I don't have it with me. I already sent it back, but I finished the hat as swatch for making the Gibb sweater. Again, I'm just all Andrea Mowry patterns all the time. I don't know what it is about her aesthetic that I just can't stay away from them. Oh, I'm really losing the light fast here, friends. So I better hurry up. But I was originally thinking that I would need to do more than one, so I bought this secondary skein options. It's sort of an olive color. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just making a hat. And after a conversation with the person who will be receiving the sweater, there was no need for a secondary thing, so this is just a hat for no reason, which is a great thing to knit on mindlessly. You know. So there's that. The other hat I will insert a picture of, and all the mittens that I made. Some of them involved hand spun. One pair I was trying to just use the very last of it so it would match a hat I have, like use the leftovers of the hat as contrast colors, but they were just too big. I wore them for like a week and then I passed them off to a friend of mine who has bigger hands than me. And I am, oh, nope. That is the bag where I keep the stuff to make hexie poofs. Lots of little bits and bobs. Oh wow, look how dark it's getting so quickly. Shoot. Pause. Well, now we got some light and a big shadow. Should we do a shadow puppet? Burp. Just kidding. Whatever. I'm having a good time. Are you having a good time? How's your year going? Oh, I have fun little, the thing I showed you before was this color. See the difference with the lights on? Wow. Anyway, I have lots of little, I bought this because I wanted to try knitted wit, but I don't have any projects that require a whole skein or like a sweater's quantity. I have an insane amount of yarn, so I just bought one little guy, and then I can make hexie poofs, and it gives me a chance to try out the yarn. And then last but not least, I got a wild hair for something really snugly soft around the neck, and I'm using this big ridiculous stuff. I did not even use as large of needles as the pattern calls for, but it's just I already forgot what it's called. It's a giant triangle shaped shawl that I cast on too many stitches, so I'm already off book again. I'm always doing stuff wrong. Having a grand time. Yeah. What else? Yeah, on New Year's I did some art projects with my kids just for fun, a little painting and a little I did some bead work because I restrung a bracelet here with some beads that had fallen apart ages ago. This one here. Oh, I remember why. I told you that I've been working in the labor and delivery department of the hospital. Just finished my orientation, and I heard about these sort of decorative little bead strings that each of the beads, none of these are the right size, but maybe this one right here. See, it's larger than everything else, but you have 10 beads that are a centimeter in diameter each. You hang them on a little string, and that way you can measure after a cervix check immediately without having to leave the room. Because we have little boards in the nurses station with, dilation sizes from 2 to 10. But sometimes it skips numbers, and I like the idea of it, but then I looked around at Etsy and they were like $10 a piece, and for $10 I could just buy enough beads to make like 6 of them and have leftovers. And I already own a lot of beading supplies from previous hobby parts of my life. So why not just buy some beads that I knew for sure I would like, and I did, and I have a bunch of different options depending on my mood. So now I have like a colorful one made out of like clay, and these pretty kind of greenish ones that are actually stone, and I got some that have letters and they did not have the whole alphabet, and they did not have a selection of letters that made a ton of sense, so I had to really like dig deep to find 10 letters that said something that made sense. I ended up making one say, "Onward, baby." Yeah, whatever. You know, I'm having a good time. And then I did a little bit of spinning. As you saw, the brown and white was one. And then I kind of wanted to unload a couple of bobbins that I've just had. Like, I spun something, I didn't really know what I was going to do with it, and I just wanted to use it. So I did that with a gray and brown and then brown and white, and I still have a bunch of much thicker spun white that I haven't decided how. I think I'm just going to spin more white and then double it up and have some like some nice thick wool. Because I have not enough for a whole sweater's quantity of wool. Why am I looking at my knees? Hi, camera. Hello, person who may or may not be watching this. How's it going? I have thick wool in white, like, you know, cream, natural, lovely. And I have some in this ridiculous, amazing purpley blue color. I had knit something with it and then discovered it was like a pancini, and I never ever wore it. So I frogged it. I wanted that yarn for something specialer, and I would love to use it for like the color work in a sweater, like the rug sweater by Junko Okamoto. Ooh. Again, I will reference that in the description box below. It's a beautiful sweater, and I think it would be great in cream with like big blue color work. But I don't have enough for the whole body of the sweater, and I don't even know what the yarn is anymore. I caked it up. I think I bought it at a festival in just like 2 skeins, and it's so nice, but it's not enough for a sweater. So if I make myself some more, I could maybe, incorporate them so that I finally have enough for a sweater. Or not, maybe I'll try something else. It's just worth a shot, Anyway, this one is a quick check-in. I wanted to say hello and set my intentions for the year to film every month, at least once a month. I don't think I'm cool enough. I don't have enough to talk about, and I'm not prolific enough, and this isn't my only gig, so I don't think once a week's gonna happen. But maybe we can do bi-weekly eventually, but I'm really gonna have to step up my game, figure out something more interesting to talk about than just, look, I made a thing. Hey friends, I was just editing my video, and I realized that I had forgotten to talk about 2 things that I made for Chase. I went and hunted him down in the house, and then he thought it was a hilarious game to steal them from me. So I gave up, and I'm hiding in my room. And I'm just going to tell you, I made another Claire Garland critter. I got the frog that is like famous on Instagram lately. I made him one. I did not put any wires in the little arms and legs, and I am regretting it. So I might have to make another one or 2 because they're adorable. And I made him a little a tiny cowl that is very furry out of an unusual yarn. And I'll insert a little picture of both because my attempts to grab them to show them to you were too much. I read 172 books last year, according to my Goodreads list. There's some fudging because I always end up adding a couple of children's books, or like go back to change something and it accidentally counts it as a book I've read, or when I have it hooked up to my Kindle, then it catches all the books my daughter is reading too. Anyway, but 100, probably at least 150, and my goal had been 120. I just figured like 2 per week was plenty. But this year, the reading goal I've set for myself, just for funsies, is 200 books. I'm already at 11, but that's cheating because I've been in a little bit of a bad mood this first couple of weeks of the year. So I have not had a lot of tolerance for books that are not very well written, or, the characters are annoying. I just have been putting them down. So I did that twice already. But the goal I set for myself, I made a list of genres of books, and I am trying to read one of each of those genres. So, like fiction, nonfiction, romance, young adult, fables, fantasy, speculative fiction, do it yourself, crafts. I already read a book all about succulents, so that counts for like gardening. I'm all over the place. I just figured that I would, well, challenge myself to read some subjects that I don't normally. Like, I have been holding on to The Shining for years, and I've never read any Stephen King, and the time has come. Like, not even The Green Mile. I don't, maybe The Green Mile, but no horror, no real horror. Like, and I think I love The Shining, like the movie. I saw it with my friend at a theater in Boston that had the red velvet seats and a balcony and the big curtains, and it was just such an amazing experience to see that on a big screen. It's a perfect movie for that. Um, but I've been meaning to read the book. Book's always better. I got to see it in my head in the way that you can see it on the screen with all the extras. But anyway, yeah. So those are fun goals I have set for myself for this year. I am going to film a YouTube video every month and read 200 books. As for my knitting plans, I haven't made many. I usually include the Mystery Knit Along with Stephen West in October is one, but I skipped it last year, so it's been kind of hit or miss. I have to kind of wait and see where I'm at when I get to that part of the year. I think the big challenge for me is I really want to be more intentional with my purchasing and use the things that I already have. And I think I say this every year, and I just dropped at least $100 at a couple of craft stores, buying a bunch of acrylic yarn recently. But some of it was for mittens for people who'd asked for them, and I didn't have anything that would work for what they wanted. So that was a slightly before the end of the year cheat. I'm not too sad about it. But I have so much gorgeous yarn and almost an entire year's worth of unspun fiber from the Hello Yarn Club, and I want to use what I have and read what I have. That's another reason that I put all of those genres, is because I will just binge romance novels until the end of time, and it's not really that healthy for my brain because nobody can live up to those standards. It's impossible. So that's where I'm at. Things are going pretty well. I'm out of orientation, so I'm running my own ship at work, and I've had some great days and some days where I still feel like I am an absolute novice and I need to go right back to nursing school and start over, which I guess is par for the course. And I've been thinking a lot more about getting Chase into daycare. I think that he needs more structure than he's getting with two parents who work night shifts and snatch sleep where they can. It gives him a lot of space to get away with murder. We don't need him to be a murderer. So that's what's going on around here. I hope you are well. I would love to hear if you're into this whole commenting thing. Tell me about how your New Year's went. Mine was very uneventful. I didn't go out. I did stay up long enough to miss the ball drop, but hear the neighbors setting off fireworks and realize that it was midnight. Yeah. And that is all I got going on right now, friends. So I'm gonna sign off and remind you that everything that I've talked about here I'm gonna put in the description box below. If you would like to find me on the internet, I'm on Ravelry and as Librophiliac, and Instagram as Cat279, and Ko-Fi coffee. If you wanted to support me, maybe buy me a ring light. Coffee, Librophiliac also, I believe. I'll put all the links below. Give me a like. Hit my subscribe button. You love me, right? I'm so great. I love you too. Okay. It's your old friend Kat signing off. I'll see you next time. Bye.